What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 money rules you need to know by 30. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Paul English, salute. Now, as you move throughout your 20s and approach the age of 30, you start to have a better job, you've got a handle on your career, but a lot of us don't have a handle on our money. A lot of us just don't understand some simple money rules. And that's what I want to help you with on today's video. On today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 money rules that if you implement them in your life, you'll be on a much better path to financial freedom. So without any further delay, let's hop right into it. Now, before you make any other money moves, whether major or minor, you have to start with rule number 1. You have to have a lay of the land. You need to know exactly what money comes in and goes out of your account every month. In other words, you need to know your budget. You can't take any other financial steps if you don't know how much money is left on average every month for you to work with. And it's very simple to come up with your budget. For 3 months, I want you to take a detailed account of all the money that comes in and goes out. I'm talking about any purchase you make, and then see how much money is left over at the end of each month. After these 3 months, average out what comes in and what goes out and what's left over. That's your monthly budget. Before you do anything else with your money, you have to do rule number 1. You have to know what your monthly budget is. Now, after you have a firm hold on what your budget is, you can move on to rule number 2. Give yourself an automatic raise. How do you do that? Look at your budget and reduce your expenses. You see, one of the most important rules to understand is, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. The ability to keep more is very easy if you reduce your expenses. Why do you think when big companies start to get in trouble, the first thing they do, lay off people? Because labor is usually their most expensive expense. They reduce that expense, they increase their bottom line. You can use the same philosophy. Look to see where you can cut your expenses, big and small. Can you move to a cheaper apartment? Can you reduce some of your streaming subscription services? Do you really need that car with the car note? You want to give yourself an automatic raise? It's very easy to do. Take a look at your budget and reduce your expenses. Now that you've reduced your expenses and have more money at the end of the month, it's time to move on to the next money rule. Everybody needs to save up an emergency fund. No matter how young and invincible you may think you are, we all run into unforeseen financial emergencies from time to time. You want to be prepared for that. The best thing to do, take a look at your budget, see what your average expenses are every month, and save up about 9 months of the equivalent of your monthly expenses. If you have that, you're in great shape. But I want you to remember, this emergency fund is just that. Only for emergencies. Don't touch it otherwise. This money isn't for investing or saving up for that vacation. That's another savings account. Every guy needs 9 months of an emergency savings fund. Now let's face it, a lot of us suck when it comes to managing our money. And a lot of us could use some assistance to do a better job of it. One of the best ways to get a better hold on your finances is to set up an account at today's video sponsor, Albert.com. Albert is a digital financial platform that gives you a new way to bank, save, and invest your money. When it comes to traditional banks, there can be some disadvantages. Take, for example, that $35 overdraft fee. Some of them charge a fee just for having a checking and a savings account. When it comes to maintenance fees and minimum balances, Albert is a different form of bank account. And Albert can help you save your money automatically. They'll take a look at your income and your expenses and see what you can save. They will then automatically move this money into your savings account. And the benefits don't stop there. You can get 5 to 20% cash back at places like McDonald's and Starbucks. Albert allows you the ability to get paid 2 days early. Managing money can be hard and stressful. Albert has a team of financial experts they call the geniuses. These geniuses will take a look at your situation and help you make a plan. And they can answer any of your questions if you get stuck. Now, not only did Albert sponsor today's video, they've got a special offer for the Style O.G family. All you have to do is go to albert.com/style and download the Albert app. And for a limited time, when you open a checking account and connect a qualified direct deposit, you'll get $150. If you want some assistance in doing a better job of managing your finances, hit that link in the description or go to albert.com/style and get started with a new way of banking, saving, and investing your money. Now, there's a big buzzword lately with everyone trying to start to invest, and that's a good thing. But the rule you need to follow before you start investing, make sure you first pay down your debt. You want a guaranteed return on your money without putting any of it at risk? Pay down debt, especially high interest debt. Say you have a 10% credit card. When you pay down or pay off that credit card, you're actually giving yourself a 10% return on money that you would have spent if you didn't pay it down. There's no investment I know of that will give you a guaranteed 10% return. Say, for example, you have an 8 to 9% auto loan. Paying that loan off early, that's a guaranteed 8 to 9% return. Yes, it's great to start thinking about investing. But before you do, remember the rule of getting that automatic return by paying down high interest debt. After you've paid down your high interest debt, now it's time to start thinking about investing. The first place to look, if you work at a business that has a company retirement plan with matching funds available. Go there first because that's a guaranteed return before the money actually gets invested. Say, for example, your company has a 50% match to every dollar you invest. That's an automatic 50% return. You can't beat that anywhere. So what you need to do, if you have a company retirement plan, invest the max amount or as much as you possibly can afford. You're getting an automatic return before the money even gets invested. Now, when it comes to investing, a lot of us have a goal in mind, an amount of money we'd like to accumulate at the end of an investment window. One of the best ways to figure out how long it takes to get there is to know the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is a way to calculate how long it will take an investment to double in value based on its rate of return. This is a great rule to estimate how much you need to put away and how long it will take you to get to your goal. Let me give you a couple of examples. Say you make an investment and you get a 10% return. With the rule of 72, what you do is take 72 and divide it by that interest rate. So when it comes to a 10% return, divide 72 by 10. That gives you 7.2 years. Or say, for example, you get a 6% return. Take 72, divide it by 6, it'll take you 12 years to double your money. The rule of 72, a great way to estimate how long it'll take you to get to your investment goals. Now, the next rule is definitely one I wish I learned a lot earlier. You need to realize the importance of understanding, growing, and protecting your credit score. You want to talk about something that can have a profound effect on your bottom line? That's your credit score. The higher your credit score, the lower your credit card rates, auto loan rates, mortgage, and your car insurance rates. Not to mention, if you're going for a new job, a lot of prospective employers these days are checking your credit score as part of the job application process. Let me give you a couple of simple ways to raise your credit score. The most important, pay your bills every month on time. And secondly, if you have credit, such as a credit card, only utilize 30% of your available balance. When you keep it below 30%, your credit score remains high. A very important rule, understand the importance of growing and protecting that credit score. Speaking of protecting, one of the most important rules a lot of younger guys ignore is that you need to protect your wealth with necessary insurances. A lot of younger guys, you think you're invincible, but there's 3 areas you must have when it comes to insurance. For one, you have to have health insurance. One of the major reasons a lot of people go bankrupt is unforeseen medical bills. If your job doesn't provide it, bite the bullet and get outside insurance yourself. Another important area to have insurance, if you have an apartment, get renter's insurance. And a third type of insurance I believe you need to look into disability insurance. Say, for example, you get injured or have an extended sickness that's not covered by your job. Disability will help you survive financially if you can't work for an extended period of time. Yes, it's important to accumulate wealth, but you also need to protect it. Make sure you have, as you approach the age of 30, necessary insurances. Now, next up is what I believe is a very important financial rule. I want you to live in financial reality, not social media reality. That millionaire lifestyle you think you see on Instagram is not easy to obtain or maintain. Most of us never will, and that's okay. When I was coming up, there was something called keeping up with the Joneses, trying to get what you think other people have. That's not a smart way to live. The financial race is usually won by the person who's slow and steady. Follow the financial rules we talked about today. As you build up and get better at your finances, you'll eventually save up enough money and have the ability to splurge on yourself and buy some of the nice things you want. But don't get caught up in the social media rat race. What you're seeing on Instagram is other people's highlight reel. They're not showing you their everyday. So yes, I like to have nice things and so should you. But live in financial reality, not social media reality. Now, as I mentioned in this video, it's very important to have a grip on your finances, to understand the money rules as you approach the age of 30. And I firmly believe if you pay attention to the 9 money rules we talked about in today's video, you'll be well on your way to financial freedom. Now, as always, I love to have your input. Let the Style O.G family know in the comment section if you have some money rules you think they should pay attention to that I might have left off today's list.